What up? This is Robert Horry.
Horry, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Horry for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Horry from downtown.
Oh, there it is. It is episode 143 of the Big Shot Bob podcast. My name is Rob Jenners. And hoisting the in-season tournament winning trophy over his head is seven-time. Do we count this as another title? Seven-time NBA champion, possibly 8, maybe 9. Robert Horry.
It's weird because I didn't know if they was going to hang a banner or not, but they said they're going to hang a banner.
They're going to hold on. They're going to hang a banner for the in-season tournament. Are they really doing that?
That's what they say, but it's going to be really interesting how they do it because, you know, the Lakers don't, they in crypto, they have the banner set up a certain type of way. And I'm really interested to see where they put this. Do they put it on the other side of the arena or do they keep it on that side of the arena? Do the Clippers cover that up when it comes down?
The Clippers are like, don't bring that up. You're already flaunting all your titles and all your Hall of Fame players. Where you hang an in-season tournament trophy on me now?
No, that's going to be funny.
Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to ask what you thought of the tournament now that it's done, the in-season tournament. I mean, I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. I was kind of down on it when it started. I was just like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? But then we had some really good game. Like that finals game between Indiana and the Lakers was a great game. It was a slugfest.
Yeah.
You know?
The games were intense, though. And it's weird that you see this intensity in these games when you're like, yo, man, you should have that intensity every game because you get paid every game.
But it ain't even Christmas. Like they're playing like it's late April. You know
I know.
So,
like they all like in that 6 or 7 spot trying to get out of the play-in tournament.
Trying to avoid the play-in. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Keep me out of the damn play-in.
Overall, I liked it a lot. If they let me do one thing, I would change the floors up. I think the floors got a little crazy, and you could still have some nice floors, but not just all that color in it. You know, it was different, but on TV, it's hard to watch. In person, it's cool to watch, but I think that's the only thing I would change, would cut back on the floors.
Yeah. Or maybe do something like with the lane. Like, you know, I liked when they'll do, like, occasionally they would do, like, we'll paint the lane red. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm cool with that. I'm good with, you know, circle, top of the key. Okay, we'll put this color up there. That's fine. The blue floor was like, whew. You're right though. For me it was a hard time watching a lot of it on TV because you lose track of stuff real quick. Because it's just like I think that like that's why I asked you about this a few weeks ago as a player, because you're used to seeing the ball coming off of the floor a certain way, and then all of a sudden you change that color dynamic. Your brain's got to sort of adjust, and it's like, oh well, now things are different. Then colors are flying at me. I don't know what the hell's going on. So the only thing the way you could screw that up more is to play with the ABA ball. That red, white, and blue ABA ball in there, man. People won't know what the hell's going on.
It's like, what's that look? I don't know what it's called. It's like there's a little pinning wheel that circles around like doo-doo-doo.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I don't know what that thing is called, but that's how it is for me when you watch it on TV. But you know, when I went to the 2 games in Vegas, the floor wasn't that bad, and even when I purposely walked on the floor to see how it would feel.
Yeah,
it doesn't make a difference, and because most of you look at is the free throw lines and the 3-point line, half court line. Yeah. Those are the lines you really look at, so you don't really pay the colors any attention. Okay. I thought my old ass would be like, shit, I can play on this floor, but actually I said, okay, I could do this.
How do you do it? So were you there? Were you in the building for the final?
Yeah, I was in the building for the finals.
All right, cool.
It was a cool game.
I mean, for me, I think it's fun when you have a game where Anthony Davis just decides, I'm going to show everybody who the F I really am. And it makes me almost kind of disheartened that he just doesn't or can't. I don't know what it is. That's not every single day Anthony Davis, because he was a freaking monster.
Yes.
He was a monster.
40 and 20? Man, it's
41? Was he 41, 20 boards, 5 assists, 4 blocks? in the
But
final.
and now everybody, like, he had this great game. There were no other NBA games on but this one. So the whole country's watching like,
That's
oh,
something they
shit.
actually did real well. They did that real well. They lined this up perfectly. Nobody
Yeah.
else was on TV, just this game. You didn't have any bowl games. You had nothing to compete with. Yeah.
Now, AD's going to have to do this each and every night, or people going to be killing him. And it's people don't understand. It's all about matchups. It's all about how the plays are run. But he was just dominating. When I walked out of that building, I just knew he was going to be MVP. And I walked out. I got over to the restaurant I was heading to, and it was like, no, LeBron won MVP. I'm like, huh? I'm like, what happened? But apparently, they go by each and every game that you played in the in-season tournament. So I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Sort of an overall look, but man, when he is amped up and he's healthy and he's on, he may be the best big man in the damn league.
That's what I'm saying, man.
He really, he's Jokic, Giannis. He's in that conversation when he's healthy and he's right.
And the reason that he separates from those other guys is because his ability to move his feet on the perimeter and play defense.
Yes, defensively. Yeah. Oh my God, another. just when you watch that, and I'm not a Lakers fan. But as a Lakers fan, you just got to grab something and want to scream into a pillow because it's like, how come this isn't all the time? He's just, he's good. Damn, he was good. But overall, I think I enjoyed the in-season tournament a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah, I was watching the Indiana Pacers and Milwaukee game. I was like, well, Milwaukee played LA. It's going to be bananas, but. I'm looking at the two teams. I'm like, how the hell did Indiana win that game? Because you had Giannis dominating, but I guess it comes down to getting everybody else involved. And they didn't really, that's a good thing about Haliburton. He gets everybody in that team involved, so everybody feels a part of the team. And it was even Toppin out there shooting threes like he's a three-point shooter. Yeah, so I give credit to Haliburton, even though his game is ugly as hell. That jumper's ugly as hell.
Don't do that. Don't do that, man.
He gets it done though, man.
He does.
It ain't how you look; it's how you do it, and he's doing it at the best of his ability and making everybody around him like better. I'm hats off to him, man.
I'm with you too, though, because I was very surprised that it was Indiana.
Yeah,
I really am. And then that's not a shot at Indiana. It's just that I thought the same thing you thought. I was like, man, Milwaukee can get out there and they're going to punch him in the teeth. And they, like you said, they didn't. Indiana got everybody involved and got there. We will talk a little bit more about Tyrese Haliburton coming up in the show. There was something that happened with Tyrese Haliburton I thought was funny, and I wanted to see if you could do the same thing Tyrese Haliburton did. So we're going to get to that in a few minutes. It was good to see Bronny back.
Yes.
Good to see Bronny out there. Good to see, obviously, LeBron getting out there as well. Did you see the line to get into that game?
I was traveling that day. I was traveling from Vegas. I didn't see it.
The freaking line at USC. Tell me this kid don't move the needle. The line at USC. Mm-hmm. It must have been a good damn half mile long. It went on it was like the World Series line here at the Battery when the Braves played, and the line for the clubhouse store went all the way out to Cobb Parkway from where we are. It was bananas. I think they said it was the most tickets they've ever sold for a USC basketball game ever.
I bet.
Ever.
And the crazy part about that is USC is like, okay, if we get this kid for 4 years, we're going to be rich. But the thing is, he ain't going to stay there 4 years. So,
hell no.
But it's going to be really interesting to see, this is his debut. And I hope they keep the buzz. And I hope people understand that he couldn't play a lot of minutes because, he's probably on the minute restrictions. But the couple of minutes he was out there, he looked good. He looked athletic. He looked strong. He looked confident. That's what I want to look at because I remember when the virus attacked my heart when I was with the Lakers, man, those first 5 minutes warming up scared the shit out of me. Because, it's a different kind of adrenaline that hits you from practice to a game. And I was sitting over there and it scared the shit out of me. I can be honest. But so I'm glad to see him that he had no fears. He played with some tenacity and some oomph.
Yeah. I'm just glad to see him back out there.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's just always, because anytime any kid goes through this, we did this with Sharif too, with Shaquille's son. Anytime you go through something like this, getting back out there, playing, getting your feet under you, being, like you said, being confident, not being afraid,
Yeah.
Even though that sounds elementary, that's hard to do.
It's hard to do because I know everybody remembers Hank Gathers. And you think about
That's
that,
right.
man. He's like, you worry about that situation, a guy who it happened to once, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna play this game and get back out there. And next thing you know, we lose a great basketball player. So it plays on your mind heavily, and it plays on your heart, even more. Not just for him, but his parents and his friends and everybody associated with him.
Yeah. It's just good to see him back out there. I like that a lot. By the way, B-Dog is not with us this week. I'm calling attention to the elephant in the room. He's working this week. We got the Georgia High School football state championships here in Atlanta this week. So
who's in it?
Oh God, I don't even know. It's not like one game. It's just like Texas does this too. There's like 7 or 8 divisions.
Yes.
So it's like, these two teams, these two teams, these two teams. So it goes on all week. Like there's like 3 games tonight. There's 3 games tomorrow. There's more games later. There's 100 teams playing. It seems like for a state. My always thought was the same thing as yours. Like the state champion should be like, this is the state champion. It's like, no, there's like 9 state champions by their division.
It's funny because you got the open division out here in California. You got this division. I'm like, dude, what happened at 1A, 2A, 3, 4A, 5?
Yeah, that's what we do here. Yeah, it's class 2A, class 4A, class 6A, 3A, 4A, 5, that kind of stuff. So yeah, he's working those. So we don't have B-Dog this week, which kind of bums me out because I wanted to talk about Zion Williamson. I'm going to ask you this question first, and then I'm going to play you some audio from our boy Stephen A. Smith. How do you feel about Zion's weight right now?
After seeing him up close, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about his weight, and it's looked like it because when he was playing in that game against the Lakers, he didn't look like himself. You watch him last night, how he played, and watch him in that Laker game, like, dude, they're 2 different people. And I don't know if it's from his diet or what's happening with him, but his energy is up and down. And I know they have a lot of money invested in this guy. He could be a franchise. He could be the face of the NBA. He got to figure out what he can do to keep him with high energy because he doesn't have high energy each and every night. I don't know if that's something, physically wrong with him, mentally wrong with him, or whatever it is. But I remembered that for a long time when the Lakers or whoever had assigned a guy to Dennis Rodman assigned a guy to himself that made sure he took his ass home from the clubs, make sure he didn't drink this, and it's almost like I think they should have someone assigned to Zion to just make sure and just watch over him. And I ain't trying to say a babysitter,
Just
but
slap ribs out of his hand? Like, what?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, just say, yo, man, hey, you costing yourself, $250 million because you want to just eat this and that. There's healthier solutions.
Well, and, you and I have talked about this before. You and I both had heart problems.
Yeah.
So we're aware, too, the stress that you can put on your heart, especially guys that are your size, like big dudes who not only are tall, but carry a lot of weight. And this is a conversation I had with Shaq a bunch of times, too. His doctor was always concerned about his heart because you're just by the sheer size of how big you guys are, your hearts just work harder. They have to pump harder. They got to move more blood through your body. It's just it's biology. So I always look at when you have guys that are big like Zion, tall, and carry more of that weight. That always bugs me because that's like a recipe for something to happen. And not only are you carrying extra weight, you are putting stresses on your body on a daily basis. Cardiovascular stresses, exercise, having to run, having to jump. I mean, that is a lot of. I think that you have to take, and I don't have to tell you this, but you got to take a concerted effort to try and keep your weight down because your heart's already working overtime. Yeah. Don't put more on top of it.
That's why I sometimes when I go out, I'll be like, man, I'm still hungry. I'm not going to eat it because I'm trying to make sure I don't eat a certain amount because I don't want to put on the extra weight, and as you get 53,
Oh, dude.
I go to the gym twice a day and it's just hard. The weight just sits there and look at you like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm here forever. You can do what you can, man.
You say and do what you want, but I'm here, man.
Yeah. I'll go away for about 2 days or 2 months. And then next thing you know, out of nowhere, you're like, damn, how'd I put this weight back on? What did I do?
What has happened to me? All right, well, listen, I wanted to get your opinion first because I got to play this rant from Stephen A. I don't know if you heard this. I scoped it down a little bit. It's a little over a minute. This is Stephen A. talking about Zion's weight because obviously this has been a big story, and this was what Stephen A. had to say about it.
Zion Williamson went to the free throw line the other day en route while LeBron James had dropped 30 in 3 quarters and had completely dominated and looked in peak physical condition and looked like an absolute stud and superstar and marquee. Zion Williamson, who's more than 15 years younger, but 40 pounds heavier, went to the free throw line. Ladies and gentlemen, I saw a belly. A belly. Like when he took a deep breath, his belly bounced. That kind of belly. I mean, damn. Damn. What's up, Zion? It better not you got your ass kicked, losing by 44 points playing semifinals. Did nothing to lead and galvanize your team. Did nothing to show the man-child that you are and to take over. But you look like you showed up to the game having just ate a buffet. Not something from the buffet. I said the buffet. Like you ate the damn table. He's fat.
Oh, man, God. Stephen A. ain't holding anything back. And I love Stephen A. That's a little tough. That's a little tough, man. When you got a guy in the media screaming,
he's fat.
And then you just look at him and go,
I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, man, but it's like,
dude.
It's like once you get a guy like Stephen A. to say something like that, it can send you down the wrong path. And I hope, Zion just, figures it out, man. I think a lot of it has to do with, I don't know how they do it, but a lot of teams in the NBA don't practice. They don't practice now because they say in the load management, whatever it may be. And it's almost like you want to say, yo, no, we going to get us 15 to 25, 45 minutes on the treadmill. We're going to go up and down a little bit to make him get some extra condition, because once you get your body into that position, it's naturally going to fall off. I would start a season off at 250. By the time the season's over, I'm down to 235. And it was nothing I could do. I would eat bad to try to put on weight. I would drink beer to try to keep weight on. I would have protein. Nothing I could do during the season.
You were trying to keep the weight on.
I was trying to keep the weight on. I couldn't. At the end of the season, I have a picture of me where I'm wearing a suit at the beginning of the year where I'm wearing the suit, and at the end of the season, the suit's wearing me. So it's a big difference, in because all that running and the weight you will lose,
conditioning alone, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but that's because we had practice too, and they don't have practice now. So I'm really interested to see if that young team, they should practice every day to try to get better.
Talking about practice,
but practice. I feel bad for the guy because
I do too. And I'm
a nice guy, man.
And that's and he's been through it. Like he's had some stuff come up in the last few months that we've even gone to the show and been like, do we want to really get into this?
No,
we probably should just move on from this and just let it sit over here. And if it turns into something more than what it is, then maybe we'll talk about it. But I think there was and there is still a high expectation for him. His ceiling is much higher than I feel like where he is. And I think that's probably part of guys like Stephen A's frustration is if you did a little more to try and take care of your weight, especially if you know your weight is an issue. Yeah. If you did a little bit more, if you conditioned a little harder or you trained a little more, whatever it is, if you did just a little bit more to get you there, you could be generationally great. And are you okay with settling for just good enough?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's only 23.
He's young. But
he's still young.
If you can't trim that weight down, I mean, it's just going to hit a point where you're going to be like, I don't know if I could do this anymore. Your body's just not going to want to cooperate. It's just not going to want to.
Yeah. And it's going to shut down on you. It's going to caused more injuries, and I think he's still in his rookie contract, right?
I think he is, yeah. I think this is the last season, maybe?
Yeah.
I think it's the last season of his rookie deal, I think.
Yeah. You think about it, this is your rookie contract.
Yeah.
People are going to sit back and they're going to put all type of stipulations in your contract and next one because, you got to be this way, you got to do this, you got to do that. So you might well go and get used to it now unless you say, okay, I made enough money, I'm leaving the league. But you got too much talent.
Yeah.
Just, watch what you eat, do what you do, take yoga, go sit in the steam room, whatever it is, old school stuff, to try to lose the weight or just stay in shape.
So let me ask you this. This is because we're both friends with him. I've brought up Shaq's name a couple times. Mm-hmm. He's said before to us that he would come into the season out of shape. Like there were years where he came in and he knew he was 15, 20 pounds heavier than he should have been. And he goes, I would figure that I'd spend the first half of the season working off my summer weight and trying to get to the All-Star break and kind of peak Shaq shape. Did you ever see that from him? And if so, what did you guys say to him?
We never said anything because he was still dominating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was still Shaq. Yeah,
he's still Shaq. And I remember our first championship together, the year he won MVP. I don't know what it was, but he came into this season in the best shape I've seen him since college.
Yeah,
he became he became a man. He went from a young man to a man. Because think about it, he left school early, had his first couple of years in Orlando, but then when he got that in LA, he became a man. I think it was 30 then? So with 30, he's 29. He became a man.
I'm a man.
And that's the point, yeah. And you can tell where his body changed. And then all of a sudden, he just kind of, you can see he got heavy over the other couple of years, but who can complain? He's heavier, but ain't nobody stopping. He's still averaging 35 and 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if my whole point was, I remember even when I got to the Spurs like, you need to lose some body fat. I'm like, for what? And I dropped down to 9% body fat, but my body was so used to the stuff that I was eating and what I was doing, I had no energy. I looked good, but I had no energy. So I had to put a little bit of this back in my diet, but I did it. I didn't put like the same stuff I used to eat. I just added like, okay, do I want pasta? Just add a little pasta. Now, instead of a bowl of pasta, a cup of pasta. You can still enjoy yourself. You just don't have to be it's gluttony. No gluttony. Just eat it.
I live in gluttony. I go to Thanksgiving dinner and my mother's screaming, "He's fat!" And I'm like, "Thanks, Mom." Thanks, Mom. No, but I grew up in a New York Italian household, so it was like every dish we had was pasta based. I don't know if my mom made anything that wasn't either chicken or pasta based. And I was like, all right. And the chicken was breaded and fried. It was never, like, we made a healthy chicken. I'm like, no, we covered this in breadcrumbs and fried it. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's fried chicken, fried pork chops, collard greens, we had all that fatness stuff going up, and I still didn't put on no weight as a little kid. I didn't start putting on weight until I turned 40.
I think that's sort of where I think for me it was like mid 30s. Mm-hmm. It was like 35, 36 where I was like, oh, hey, look at that. I'm carrying that little pooch belly around now. You know?
I said I went from a 6-pack to a keg.
Yeah. I'm a 1-pack. It's just a big joker right here. Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah.
All right, well, I hope he finds a way to turn the corner, man. I really do, because I like him a lot. Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. This is I have a piece of audio here. We talked about Tyrese Haliburton earlier in the show. This is from Rachel Nichols via Showtime. She caught up with him during the play-in or the in-season tournament final. You were drafted in 1992 at number 11, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you name the 10 guys that were drafted ahead of you?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Do the list. Go, man. I think the top 3 are softballs. Yeah, I think everybody can do the top 3.
Shaq, Zoe, Christian Laettner, Jimmy 3. Jackson.
Okay.
Tom Gugliotta.
Yeah.
I get confused right here with Walt Williams and Todd Day.
I think Walt was before Todd.
And then you got Clarence Weatherspoon.
Yeah.
And then you have the guy that I pissed at, Adam Keefe.
That's right.
Did I miss anybody?
I don't think so. And if you did, that was still pretty damn good.
LaFonso Ellis, because he went to Denver.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah,
okay, yeah, so you did, yeah. Mm-hmm. So she asked Tyrese Haliburton if he remembers all the people that passed on him in the draft.
Draymond Green can famously name every team that passed on him. Can you do the same thing?
Oh, easily. No
All right.
question.
Come on, give it to me.
All right. Anthony Edwards, number 1 pick to the Timberwolves. James Wiseman, Warriors. LaMelo Ball, Hornets. Patrick Williams, Bulls. Isaac Okoro, Cavs. Onyeka Okongwu, 6 to the Hawks. Killian Hayes, 7 to the Pistons. Obi Toppin, 8 to the Knicks. Denny Avdia, 9 to the Wizards. Jalen Smith, 10 to the Suns. 11, Devin Vassell to the Spurs.
Has anyone called to apologize to you from any of those teams?
No. I mean, 2 of those guys I named are my teammates these days.
I just love that. And I guess my question is that just something you know because you went through it? Or do you keep that in the back of your mind as like, oh, here's all these other dudes that got a pass ahead of me?
Yeah, in his case, it's like 7 of the dudes, I don't know the fuck they are.
I wouldn't have guessed them on a bet.
But it's weird though. When I look at my draft, and I think the draft pretty much went how it should have, except for the Adam Keefe. I can tell you even went behind me, Harold Miner and Tracy Murray, because
that I remember. Yeah, I remember Harold Miner went behind you.
Baby Jordan, and everybody thought those two were going to go to Houston. And when I got drafted by Houston, I was shocked as much as they were. But you remember, like for me, I thought I was better than Adam Keefe. I really did, and he went ahead of me. It pissed me off. I thought I was better than Clarence Weatherspoon. Todd Day, different type of players. Tom Gugliotta, I thought he was a little more polished offensively than me. You know, I was a different type of offensive. He was more of a post-up guy.
But you can see why.
Yeah, I can see why. But a lot. LaFonso Ellis, not so much. And it was just certain guys. I was like, we played the same position. I'm like, I just put 20 and 20 on you, Clarence. I just beat the brakes off you, Adam, in the NCAA tournament. And it was these guys that when you go up against them, you're like, I just gave him numbers.
Yeah.
You know, why is he going ahead of me? But I'm happy they did. And the reason I'm happy they did is because I really, really wanted to go to Houston. So I ended up where I wanted to be. Okay. I ended up playing against one of my idols growing up. And I knew what I could bring to that team and help us get to a championship. And, 2 years later, I'm winning the championship. So I was extremely happy. Let everybody else go ahead of me. I don't give a shit. I ended up where I wanted to be. Yeah.
Good. All right. So that worked out for you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I always wondered, I was like, do you keep receipts on these guys? Like, man, he ain't turned out to nothing. He didn't become. See, you were in a weird draft, though, because I think even an NBA novice could probably knock off the top 3 in your draft.
Yeah.
I think people automatically, the 92, there was Shaq, Alonzo, and Leitner. Like, and people just know that offhand. You know what I mean? That was one of those drafts that it went down. That might have been one of the better drafts in NBA history. It really might have been. There was a lot of people in your draft.
Yeah. P.J. Brown, Spreewell.
Oh, my God, Spree. I forgot about Spree and P.J. That's right. Mm-hmm. Harold Miner, and like you said, man, just a lot of people in that 92 draft. But I just love that Tyrese keeps receipts. I just love that he's got that in his pocket.
I guarantee you, it's a lot more guys out there like that. They talk about the teams that passed on them. They just know because you have to find, like I say this all the time, you have to find ways to motivate you. Yeah, it's a long season.
It's the Jordan mentality. I took it personally.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to take everything personally.
Had to. I want to talk about, we got a couple more stories, and we're going to get to a round of what I'm calling loaded questions here at the end. Because since there's no game this week, it's B-Dog. You and I are going to have some fun with some random questions. Did you see the Shohei Ohtani contract? Congratulations to your Los Angeles Dodgers.
My Los Angeles
Your Los
Dodgers.
Angeles. No, I don't know. I know you're a Mets fan, but Candace's,
I'm a Dodger fan.
Candace's Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, just say Candace's Los Angeles Dodgers,
who got themselves arguably the biggest free agent in recent history.
Yes.
Did you see? So it was 10 years, $700 million. Now, here's the brilliance of this, because everyone's going, oh, he's going to make $70 million a season, and he's not even going to pitch for 2 more years because he's coming off elbow surgery.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to make $2 million a season. He has deferred $68 million a season to the end of his contract. So from 2024 to 2034, Shohei Ohtani is going to make $2 million a year. When he, I would assume, retires at the 2034 season, unless he still has some gas in the tank, The Dodgers will pay him for the next 10 years $68 million a year to sit on his ass and be retired. This is brilliant. This is the Bobby Bonilla thing on steroids.
Yes.
I love this.
I love it too, but the fact that, he's saying, you know what, if I take up all this money, I can't win a chip.
Dodgers got to add some pitching, man.
Yeah.
Got to.
But his thing is like, Mike Trout down the road. Yo, Mike, you my boy. Come on over here with me to the Dodgers.
Let's go.
You ain't got to buy a new house. You can put it in your contract where they give you a driver.
Mike's got a house. He's fine. Mike's got a house in L.A. He's doing just fine.
I'm just saying because they in Anaheim. I don't know where he lives, so he just give him a driver. That way he ain't got to drive. But it's brilliant how he did this. And I think the Dodgers was like, okay.
So
I appreciate you.
Would you do something like this, or would you take the money up front?
Hell no, I'm taking my money up front.
It's up to y'all. Y'all fucking go get somebody else, man. I'm getting my money.
I'm gonna say this. I wouldn't take $2 million because that's not enough. I know people say, "What you mean that's not enough?" What I mean is he's only gonna bring home like $600,000.
Well, I was gonna say California. That doesn't go very far.
Yeah, so I would do something like $10 million.
And again, I don't know a ton about him. He seems like a very low maintenance dude.
Yeah.
Because when he got the MVP this year, they did the little, let's cut to Shohei Ohtani's house and see, like they cut to Acuna's place, and Acuna's got 40, 50 people in there, and it's a big old party, and I love Ronald. But they cut to Ohtani. It was him and I think maybe his girlfriend and their dog. And he was, the whole time they're interviewing him on MLB Network, he's sitting there holding this little dog.
I remember that.
He's just sitting there holding a dog. Just a man and his dog. That's all he needs. So he doesn't seem like he's a very flashy, over-the-top kind of dude. So I think that here's the thing. And I think the only reason he did it this way is because it's the Dodgers. And there's probably only a handful of teams in Major League Baseball that you'd feel comfortable with taking a deferred salary 10 years from now. Yeah. Because the Dodgers, God bless them, are always going to have money. But there's other teams where he might have been like, you know what, why don't y'all go ahead and pay me up front, because I don't trust y'all 10 years from now to know you're going to be able to make good on this contract,
Because he also, I think he's born and raised in Japan, right?
Yes, I believe so.
So that means he's getting taxed.
That's right. Taxed 3 different ways.
He really ain't making no money, man. I just thought about that.
He's making like $10 an hour, man. He must get a job at McDonald's.
Now he's gonna be like, oh man, I should have put 10 million instead of 2 million.
So, bump that number up a bit. You know what I mean? Because even if you defer, God, if you take 10 a year, you're still deferring $60 million a year for 10 years.
I know.
$600 million in deferred payments. Sign me up. I'm good. I'll take it. He's getting paid in a single season, Shohei Ohtani, or the $700 million deal. What he would make in a single season if he took the full salary, $70 million. He will get paid more than 8 of Major League Baseball's entire franchise payrolls.
Wow.
He would make, if he took a 70, he would make more than the Guardians, who pay $66.8 million a year, the Marlins, who pay $65.9, the Royals, who do $65.4, the Brewers, the Reds, the Pirates, the Orioles, and the A's, who have the lowest payroll in baseball at $38.6 million.
What the hell the A's
almost
doing?
Half. The A's are in full meltdown. The A's are a gasoline can away from burning the stadium down and trying to get out of Oakland, man. They are on their way out of that city, and they don't even give a shit. And
38 million. That's
nothing.
That's like what? If you take the top 20 paid guys in the NBA,
they all make more than that.
They all make more.
The top 20 paid guys in Major League Baseball make more than that. There's guys like Max Scherzer and Ohtani, and I'm sure probably Mike Trout to an extent that probably make more in a single season than the A's putrid $38.6 million payroll right now. That is atrocious.
When this is when you know the NBA was changed. Is when Big Dog from the Milwaukee Bucks. I think his contract was like 61 or 62 million, and the Bucks were only worth like $40 million. I'm like, how the hell y'all gonna pay a guy more than you're worth?
Oh shit, that's funny. That's great. I do like that he deferred to that contract, though. I think that's awesome because that's awesome, dude. Too. That's built-in retirement, man. I can retire at the end of my 10 years in the Dodgers. Hopefully, I get to win a couple championships along the way, because he knows as an active player, he's got way more opportunity for endorsement and for public appearance money. He can make up some of that now in those roads.
A lot of that up, man.
And bank as much of that salary for down the road as he can, so that when he's Robert Horry's age, he's not scraping by. You know what I mean? So, not that you're scraping by. I'm just saying. All right, we'll do a round of loaded questions here after we give out Big Shot of the Week. Big Shot of the Week for me this week's going to go to a family in New York. The family of a man named Mark Fenrick. Mark Fenrick is 34. This Christmas, he's celebrating the gift of life. He has a debilitating kidney disease. He got a total of 4 transplants from 4 different members of his family over his 34 years. As a toddler, he got one from his mom. At 12 or 13, that kidney started to fail. He got a second transplant from his dad. In 2015, he was 26. He needed another one. He got it from his uncle. And in December of 2022, his third transplant began to fail, and his cousin, Steven, stepped up and donated a few weeks later. In April of 2023, he got his 4th kidney from his family.
Wow.
That is 4 members of you. Like, man, I don't want to ask my mom for money. It's just, this dude's just, hey, has anybody else got a kidney? Anybody else?
Man,
no, but I mean, he's on all kinds of medicine now to try and save that 4th kidney. And I know the disease is literally, it's deteriorating his kidneys. So he's fighting it with everything he's got. But God bless his family that just said, we've done this not once, not twice, not 3 times, but we will go in and do it a 4th time for you.
Yeah.
So big shot of the week to them. That's a lot.
Especially the cousin. The cousin's like, hey, hold on now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Wait. Well, hold on. You're a 3rd cousin, but you're a perfect match. Yeah. So you get, you understand the parents, and now you get down to cousins. So really a big shout out to Stefan. To the cousin. Yeah.
Yeah, he stepped up, because I don't think any of my cousins, they all like, hey, I need a kidney. Hello. They will hang up on me.
You know what? They'll be like, how much?
Exactly.
How much? Did you get your NBA pension yet? How much? That's all we want to know about. That's all we want to know about, man. Come on.
Have that pension, I'll do it.
Dial tones. All right, let's do a round of loaded questions here. So for loaded questions, I've just went through and pulled a bunch of completely random questions for you and I to go back and forth on, and we'll discuss and talk and maybe learn a little bit more about each other after 3 years. So who knows? And normally we would do a game here, but without B-Dog this week, I didn't want to pit you against yourself. So we'll start with question number 1. What's your favorite breakfast? Like you can get, anybody's cooking you breakfast, or you can go out and get bread. What do you get?
Well, if my mom's I have to have grits, eggs, bacon, and toast. And I had to have apple jelly on my toast. If I had the breakfast, that's what I want.
Okay, so I did learn something new about you. Apple jelly.
Yeah, I love apple jelly.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever even had apple jelly.
I love apple jelly. The funny part is I don't like apple juice, but I like apple jelly. I like apples. I don't like apple juice.
God, that is weird. That is really strange.
And the drink, I have to have a Sunrise, which is lemonade and orange juice.
Okay, yeah, that I've had before. Yeah. I know I'm raising my daughter right, because when I asked her what flavor jelly she wanted, she went purple. I'm like, all right, she just wants purple jelly. That's all she wants. That's her favorite flavor of jelly, purple. Let's see. For me, God, man, it's hard for me not to include pancakes in the perfect breakfast.
Yeah.
Because I really, really love, especially if you get them like IHOP, where they're nice and fluffy, and like homemade pancakes are great, but there's something about IHOP pancakes. I don't know what they do to their pancakes, man. Those things are freaking delicious. But yeah, I got to have probably some sunny side up eggs, some bacon, some toast, and some pancakes, man. Give me a short stack.
You know, I used to love IHOP, but I stopped going once they got rid of the harvest grain pancakes. I was like, come on, man.
I never had the harvest grain pancakes.
Those were my favorite. They were like the healthy ones, harvest grain, and it was so freaking good. And so that, and then I would get like it would even go to IHOP for lunch. They used to have a grilled chicken sandwich with cheese and bacon, lettuce, and tomato. It was so freaking good.
Oh, wow.
So, yes. So I would go there for lunch. I love IHOP, man.
Something we don't have in Atlanta that I do miss is Denny's.
Denny's?
There's 2 Denny's in Atlanta. One of them's way freaking south of the city where B-Dog lives, and one of them's like way north of the city, which we've hit one time on our way to Tennessee for like a dance thing for my daughter. But
moons over Miami.
Oh my God, dude! We used to, but Denny's was like Denny's in the Northeast was the equivalent, or in South Florida, really. When we were in college, was the equivalent of the Waffle House.
Yeah,
and it was where people ended up at 2:00 in the morning. A restaurant full of drunk people at Denny's, ordering Super Birds and French fries and pancakes at 2:00 in the morning, and just going nuts. Question number 2. This might take a minute. If you could disinvent one thing, what would it be? Disinvent.
So it's an invention that
like
we
you
could
take
get rid
it
of.
back. We don't need this anymore.
Yeah. You know what's made me lazy?
What's up?
Even though I love it, but it made the microwave. It's something about more warmed up microwave food I do not like anymore. So I would literally go on the stove or the oven or the toaster oven and warm my food up like that. So if I had to get really anything, it'd be the microwave.
A microwave. You would disinvent the microwave.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
God, I lived on a microwave in college.
See?
Like I didn't know how to cook yet, and I had no desire to learn. So it's like if you couldn't make it in a microwave, I would have never eaten. I would have lived on fast food. I would disinvent the leaf blower. Get your fucking ass out in the front yard quietly and rake leaves, okay? I don't need four leaf blowers going at 8 a.m. on a Saturday out in front of my house. Like, no, I'm good, man. Get your fucking ass out there and rake leaves. It's good for you. Well, exercise.
I thought she was going to say something like, social media, the iPhone.
No, I love my phone. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I'm addicted to my phone.
I at one point in my life, I was like camera phones, because back when I was playing and people first got camera phones, they would want to take more pictures with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it'd been like camera phones, maybe.
No, I don't like, man. See, I live my whole life.
My camera phone.
My whole life is lived on my phone. Like there's like everything I do runs through my damn phone. So I don't know how I could live without it.
Just the camera on the phone. That's it.
The camera. Just keep everything else.
Yeah.
Lose the fucking camera. If you owned an enormous yacht, in question number 3, what would you name it?
Leela May. Leela May.
Okay.
That's my mom's name.
I was going to say, it's got to be mama's name. It's got to be mama's name.
Yeah, that's mama's name, Leela May. I know people say, why you name it Big Shot? I'm like, nah, I just want to name it. I love my mom that much. I would name my boat after my mom or my dad's nickname. My dad's nickname was Juice. So either of those two.
Juice?
Leela May. Yeah, Leela May is first.
That's pretty damn good.
She's, you can tell I'm from the South when I tell you my mom's middle name is May.
Yeah, exactly. May. Anybody May. Yeah, can't be May. Leela May.
Mm-hmm.
I had to really. I don't know if I have a good answer for this, but I'd probably name it Evergreen Terrace. That's where the Simpsons live, on Evergreen Terrace. I'm a big Simpsons guy, man.
I love the Simpsons too.
I think seasons 3 or 4 through season 10 are television perfection for me, for the Simpsons. You could just put on those like 6 or 7 seasons on a loop, and I'll just sit there and watch them all day. I've seen those episodes 100 times, and I still crack up laughing.
Hey, and it's just the evolution of the Simpsons, though. From the Tracy Ullman show,
it's wild,
to where they are now. It's like 28 years or something they've been on TV?
Oh no, more than that. I think they're in season 36 or something.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's been a long road. So one of the crowning achievements of that I got to do in working in this industry, Shaq guest starred on The Simpsons in season 31. They're looking for Sideshow Bob out in the middle of the snow, And they find these humongous footprints, and Homer goes, well, these are either Sideshow Bob or Shaquille O'Neal, and Shaq goes, it's not me, I'm going that way. And they do like a little bit with Shaq. Well, they recorded that in this studio.
Oh, did they?
So I had to connect to the Simpsons soundstage. We were connected to the Marge stage at 20th Century Fox. And Shaq got to sit in this room and record his lines for the Simpsons. And I got a check from Fox for doing production work for the Simpsons. And I was like, I printed the script page they sent us. I had Shaq sign it, and I hung that shit with the check on the wall. It was like, I worked for the Simpsons for like 6.5 minutes. I worked for the Simpsons.
Hey, that's on the resume.
Count it. Mm-hmm. It counts. Question number 4. What do you consider the worst household chore?
Cleaning the bathrooms.
Dude, I'm with you 1,000%.
Cleaning the bathroom.
I will do laundry. I will wash dishes. The minute I have to get a toilet brush and scrub skid marks out of a toilet, I'm all the way out, bro. I'm all the way out.
Hey, no, the bad part is when you have a son and he has friends that come over and you're like, fuck that.
No way.
I'm like,
dude, I raised 3 teenage boys. I don't ever want, if I never see another pubic hair on the rim of a toilet seat again, I swear to God, I never need to do that again in my life, bro. I'm with you 1,000%. But laundry sucks because laundry never ends. So anytime my wife has asked me to do laundry, I'm like, all right, I'll help out. And I'm like, I'll do the laundry and I'll turn around. There's like another pile of laundry. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? I just finished it. She's like, welcome to my world.
I only do laundry when I'm watching TV. It's like I'm watching it for while I'm doing it. And so I am very particular about how my clothes are folded. So I won't let the housekeeper wash my clothes or fold them because I have to fold them because I'm really good at packing and I have them where they fit perfectly in my drawers. And so I'm like,
so you have to do it your way.
I have to do it my way.
Yeah. See, for me, I'm like, just as long as it's up and in there, I don't give a shit. I'll find it.
No,
get it up and in.
I even go behind her if she don't fold her towels right. I hate a towel. Well, you know how some people just fold it real quick and they're not even. Oh, that bugs the shit out of me. I'll go behind her and refold the towel.
Oh, so you're borderline OCD.
No, I'm not OCD.
Yeah, it sounds like borderline OCD. That's me. That's my problem.
Yeah, but they don't fit. They don't fit in their space right. If you don't fold towels right, they all lean to the side. When you pull one out, they all fall out, and you got, so that's the only thing.
Okay. See, I'm borderline OCD to the point where I know when someone's been in this room that isn't me. When I know someone's been in my studio, because my keyboard will be moved just a little bit. And I'm like, oh, no. The keyboard goes directly here in front of these 2 pots on the board, and the mouse sits here, and who the hell was in my studio? And they're like, how'd you even know? And I'm like, because I'm a lunatic. That's why.
Yeah.
What one object in your home are you most embarrassed about owning?
I don't really have anything embarrassed.
Are you most embarrassed about owning?
Oh crap! That's a
tough one.
Yeah, we got to defer to that one to later because right now I'm trying to.
So I can't think of one either. Are you most embarrassed?
If I have something embarrassed, I probably hit that joint.
It's in a box somewhere. Yeah, probably like old pictures of me, maybe, or something. That's not really an object I own, though. It's not something I wouldn't want people looking at. There's some old ass pictures of me when I'm in like high school and stuff. I'm like, I don't need people looking at that shit.
It's like, and then my mom never had like pictures of me of a baby like on a bearskin rug or something like that. So I don't really have anything that I can think of.
No, I'm just getting this image of you as a baby doing the George Costanza on the bearskin rug. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. If you were invisible, where would you go?
Oh shit!
I know, we're both sickos. I know. My mind went to all the wrong places.
I went to every place where I could learn some trade secrets.
That's not That's not bad.
I don't know. My first thought was Vegas, because you get in a lot of trouble in Vegas. Do it have to be a particular place, or can it just be a whole city?
Vegas is a good place to be if you were
I
invisible.
go to Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I would
can sneak into all the shows like Usher and
that's pretty good.
Adele and all these places.
That's pretty good.
It wouldn't be no fun because you'd be partying by yourself. But still, though, I would go. I would think I would go to Vegas and go to some shows and
I like all that behind the scenes stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like, so I'd go somewhere like Disney World and sneak into all the behind the scenes secret shit that you're not allowed to see. Like when you go as a regular Joe. Yeah. Like I like that stuff. Or a bank. Or a bank. Yeah. I'd walk into a bank if I was invisible and just be like, how far can I get? What can I leave with? I ran out of music. Where'd my music
go to the back. Go in the back of a strip club and see what these girls really say in the back. Like,
oh my God, no,
I'm whale out there.
No. Apparently, he won 7 NBA championships. Get on that. If you were a professional wrestler, what would your ring name be?
That was,
this is almost like what would you name your fantasy football team, though? You know what I mean? This is like the more ridiculous you can get, the better.
Mm-hmm. Rock and Rob or something like that.
Rock and Rob?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know about Rock and Rob.
Hey, what's your porno name?
My porno name?
You know how they say it's supposed to be your name of your dog and the street you lived on growing up.
Oh, that's a good one.
For the name of your first pet.
Yeah, Brock Cornell. That's actually pretty damn good. That's not terrible, man. That's not terrible.
Mine wouldn't work because mine would be Prissy 8th Avenue.
What the shit is that? This is the worst porno I've ever seen.
I know my dog was named Prissy.
Prissy 8th Avenue.
And we lived on 8th Avenue.
Oh my God, that's great. Prissy 8th Avenue. The name of this week's show is what that is. Prissy 8th Avenue. Holy cow.
They might have to drop the H to go Prissy Avenue.
Prissy Avenue. Good job. Let's see, what do you consider the most dangerous creature on Earth?
Can we say our wives?
No. New show title, Most Dangerous Creature on Earth. You can. I wouldn't. But you can.
I'm just joking.
This is tough for me.
The first thing that comes to mind right now is sharks, because that's how we have these sharks attacks right now.
Yeah, but I think your odds of a shark attack are like the same as getting hit by lightning or something like that. Like they're super low. We live in Georgia. I'm terrified of bears.
It's like black widows. Those the brown,
the little
poison
spiders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever
seen them coming?
Oh shit, no. We had to. I had a spider incident the other day in the house. Have you ever seen a wolf spider?
No, what's that?
They are fucking humongous. They're like this big, and they're gray, and they got these long ass legs, and they jump. Oh my God, my daughter had one on her backpack. I didn't know what the hell it was, and I went to try and. Dude, they are horrifying. They are They're huge. They're this freaking big.
So hold on. You mean your daughter had one on her backpack and she just walking along on his backpack, or the backpack was sitting somewhere?
No, the backpack was sitting in the house. So I don't know if she brought it in or it jumped on her outside or something. Who the hell knows? But I picked her backpack up and was like, whoa! And I was like, I went to go get we have that little electric fly swatter, and I'm just like, I'm gonna smother this thing. As soon as I went near it, it jumped. It jumped off her backpack, onto the floor. At which point, everybody in my house, including me, screamed like a little girl. A jumping spider the size of a freaking like a small dog. Those things are huge. Wow. Oh God, terrifying, dude. It scared the shit out of me.
When you screamed, did you do that little jump dance where you're like,
I jumped up on the chair, on the table. Oh, dude, I was freaking out, man. I had a panic attack. Bears for me are the most dangerous animal, just because. And for a long time I lived in Florida, so it was alligators.
Yeah.
Because there's always a story in South Florida about like a lady was out walking her dog, and an alligator came up and got the dog and the lady. And I'm like, okay, no, thanks, I'm good. We don't need a dog down here.
So let me just say this, and I hate to say this, people could be mad at me. If I'm walking along with my dog, the gator grabs the dog, hey, better him than me.
No, I'm with you.
I'm not trying to help the dog.
I love my dogs, but
exactly.
Look, man, if it's y'all or me,
Now, if it's my child, it's a different story.
That's
but my pet,
different.
I'm like, shit.
That's
I guess
different.
I just gotta go buy some and call him Prissy number 2.
Prissy number 2. Little Prissy the second. How many times do you normally hit the snooze button when your alarm goes off? Are you a snooze button guy?
0. Because and my wife, me and her get into fights about this. She'll hit the snooze 6 times. And say,
that's too much.
I want to get up at, I probably exaggerated. She said, because I want to get up at 7. She set an alarm for 6:30. I'm like, why not just set it at 7 and get up? Because as a professional athlete, as an athlete, you know how important sleep is. So you learn how to sleep to the very end. And when the alarm gets up, you get up moving.
Yeah.
And because you know you got only so much time to do what you need to do. And so I've never been a snooze guy. I can't stand it. I hate it. And my wife knows this. When she hits the snooze button, I'm like, you know there's someone sleeping next to you, right? And that wakes me up, and that's not fair to me. And she was like, "You'll be all right."
Yeah, you'll be fine.
She'll give a shit.
You'll be fine. I don't give. She's Mike Malone. She's Mike Malone.
I don't give a shit.
She don't care. Yeah, I'm. When I was in college, I was real bad. When I was in college, I would hit that thing 4, 5, 6 times because I just didn't want to get up. Mainly because I was probably hungover. I was just like, shut up. Now I'm 0. I'm with you. I'm like, when it goes off, I take a minute to gather myself and I'm up and out of bed. Because I don't, and if it goes off more than once, my wife will beat my ass. Because she gets to sleep an extra half hour while I get up and take a shower and get it all. So she's like, shut your damn shit. And I'm like, oh,
see?
Sorry. Yeah, she'll whoop my ass.
Yeah.
All right, last question. What character deserves a movie that hasn't been made yet? TV, cartoon character, whatever you could think of. A character or something you love that you wish there was a movie about, but it just hasn't been made yet. For a long time, for me, it was Captain America. For a long time, because he was my guy. I was always a Captain America fan. And then finally, they got it right.
You know, for me, I love Gambit.
Oh, that's another one, man.
Yeah, Gambit has
such a good character.
His story. But they threw him in one of those.
He was in the stupid X-Men Origins Wolverine thing with Hugh Jackman, and he was fine, but it wasn't anything like what he should have been. No, I mean, he needs the staff and he needs the whole deal, man.
How he became Gambit.
Yes,
I just loved when he would say "mon ami" or something like that.
Mon ami.
Yeah. Always trying to kiss Rogue.
Oh, God, always, man. What a freaking horn dog.
I know it, right?
But he was my favorite X-Men. I'm with you 100%. He was my favorite X-Men was Gambit.
Yeah, Gambit.
For me, Thundercats. You remember Thundercats?
Oh, yeah, Thunder.
Dude, I love Thundercats. And I'm like, how have we not gotten a cool live-action Thundercats movie?
Yeah.
Probably because the concept sucks.
Yeah.
They're alien cat men.
Yeah.
Like, how come we haven't gotten that movie? I'm like, you answered your own question.
You know, and as much as I love the Transformers, I was really upset with the last one.
Why? What happened? I actually thought the last one was pretty good. The Rise of the Beasts.
I think they could have did more with the Beast. You know.
Okay.
Primal.
Yeah, Optimus Primal.
Yeah, Optimus Primal. You just could have did something because that's how much I love him. Like, come on, give me something else. It's almost like they said, we need one and just put it out. Even though I liked it, but I wanted more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I was always like the Dinobots back in the day. So I thought the one they did with the dinosaurs was just like, eh. But again, these Transformer movies have gone so far down the rabbit hole with some of these things. And
what's the one with the Decepticons? The trucks. It becomes when they come together. Like they didn't do him justice.
Oh yeah.
All they did was put him together. And he starts sucking up dirt and shit. I'm like,
it was in the second one. I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
it wasn't Devastator or something, but it was just some.
I think it was Devastator.
Was it Devastator? It was one of those. It was, but it was like for me the best Transformers movie was Bumblebee.
Yes.
If you ever saw Bumblebee, holy shit, that was a great movie.
Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld, awesome. The whole plot of that movie, it felt like a fun, upbeat kind of comedy movie, and less of a flashy Michael Bay. How little clothes can we put on Megan Fox movie? Which again, I'm not mad at. But, man,
that's funny.
We gotta ask your boy Brian what happened with her, man. Because
I'm supposed to go to his Christmas party, so I might just make him come on the podcast.
Oh, you're going to Brian Austin Green's Christmas party?
Yeah, he has a holiday party coming up. He invited
Oh,
me, so.
okay. Very nice. Anybody else from your cast going, or?
I think a couple of people going from what he said. So I don't know. I'll see when I get there.
Pick a few brains, man.
If Christian doesn't have a game, Christian's games throw me off so much.
Look, you got to pick your celebrity friends over your kids, man. Isn't that how?